Yeah, we live with purpose. Turn it up, feel the surface shake. Christ in the center when the flames rise. Watch the chains break, watch the shame slide. Marjorie with purpose. We on fire for the king, can't earn this. Talk love, talk growth, that worship. Hearts burn bright, yeah, the spirit working. Marjorie with purpose. From the pain to the praise, we searching. Fake relationships, real wordsmiths. Turn a spark to a blaze, we burning.
Rather deal with a married man that never tells you no, or your own man that tells you no 45% of the time?
No, I'm dealing with the married man. Nah, I take the married dude. I'm sorry. I'm fucking with the married man. Married nigga. I'm sorry. Tell me yes. Everything. Oh, the married nigga. Yeah, give me him.
I would deal with my man that tell me no, cause I'm gonna beat him the fuck up.
I'm taking the married guy because why am I with you? You keep saying no for. I think I'm gonna go with the married guy. I don't like the word no, so. A married man. Married man.
The married man.
A married man. You're my little secret.
My own guy that tell me no 45% of the time.
A married man.
Do a married man because 9 times out of 10 we sharing these niggas anyway.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to take the married man. Like,
Why?
I need to be told no sometimes. You can't always get what you want.
This is how deep in a sunken place the modern feminist woman's mind is. I think I just be making stuff up when I say most modern women today, they want a yes man. They don't want a real man. They don't want a man that's going to challenge them. They just want somebody they can control and get their way 24/7. Out of all them women, it was only one with some kind of common sense. Modern women today, they don't want a man who challenges them. They want a man who obeys them. A man they can talk to like he's a child, boss around, get whatever they want, have their way 24/7. Modern women will scream, I want a real man, until a real man shows up and then they crumble and crack under that pressure because they're not used to hearing no. They don't want nobody to tell them no. They always want to be right. They always want to have their way. And in no successful relationship does that ever happen.
You rather deal with a married...
So welcome to Marjorie with Purpose. My question is, whose fault is this? Whose fault is this that women are like this? That they don't want to be told no? That they would rather be with a married man than to be with a man that tells them no? Whose fault is this? Is this the fault of men? Is this parents' fault? Is this mama's fault? Is this single mama's fault? Like, whose fault is this? I want to know what y'all think. Hit the like button if you haven't done that yet. Let me know what you think, because I think this is a combination of, multiple things can be true at once. I think men to some degree are at fault because a lot of men have traded money and time for women. As long as they open their legs, they can get whatever they want. And I think men have drilled that into a lot of women's brains. I think parents are at fault because not training children young to have self-discipline, to be, you can't have everything you want because they didn't have everything they wanted. So they're giving these kids everything they want, and it's creating monsters in adulthood. And I'm so baffled that, and it was all black women. I don't know how other races of women feel. And, the fact that one of them justify, we all 99 out of 10, we all sharing these niggas. No, we're not, honey. No, we're not. And I feel sorry for the good men because these are the kind of people, I feel sorry for good men and women, I should say, because these are the kind of people that are, walking the streets, that are the loudest. These are the kind of people that are the loudest. The ones that have no shame. Oh yeah, give me a married nigga, and then get a married nigga. Like, ew, like, and you on camera and you so confident talking, like, I guess. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. It's so sad, our people. But you know what? Just because they black don't mean they my people. Just because they black, black folks are some of the last groups of people I want to deal with. Not because they black, but because a lot of Americans have turned away from the Lord and glorify sin and a debauchery and just disgust and make American people look bad all in general. We're supposed to be a Christian country, and we're so far from that. It frustrates me. But let me know what you think. Whose fault do you think it is that this is where we've come to, that women would rather have a married man than a man that tells them no? I want to know what you think. Because yeah, I teach my children so differently. My children get told no. They understand no. I tell myself no when you got some self-control. And obviously the women that they spoke to have no self-control, that you would rather get everything you want and get somebody else's man than to be in a healthy situation of your own. Oh, Lord. I don't know. Me as a parent, all I can see is parents are a lot at fault for this mentality. I really do. Parenting, faulty parenting, lack of parenting, missing parents, absent parents. When the parents are divorced, because folks giving these kids whatever they want, they're in two separate households. If the parents were married at some point, it's so many scenarios, but I don't know. Tell me what you think. What you think. Otherwise, hit the like button, share, subscribe. I wanted to share this news story, and I want to hear what y'all think about it. But I'm done with that, because that frustrates me. That frustrated me that them women were so confident in I'd rather me and man, marry me. Like, there's no other way. Like, ill. This woman, unalived by her husband's drug dealer. Let's listen.
And a woman shot and killed mid-morning at a storage facility, and police say it appears to have been an act of vengeance. Investigators say the victim was followed to the lot off the East Tex Freeway near the North Loop in November. ABC 13's Luke Jones is on this story tonight. And Luke, police recently identified a suspect, and they say this all involves a botched six-figure drug deal the victim's husband also admitted to being part of.
Yeah, of course, we know that now, but back up to 2 months ago when she was first gunned down, it all seemed so random at the time. A lot of folks wondering who would do this and why. Well, now we're learning police knew almost right from the get-go.
A story of friendship, business dealings, and double dealing outlined in court documents that all culminated in a North Houston woman's death. 33-year-old Sherry Dawson gunned down at this storage unit along the East X Freeway November 5th. And now, months later, police have charged a Detroit man, Kip Stitz, with murder. Stitz, police say, a friend and business associate of Dawson's common-law husband. The same day as Dawson's murder, police say her husband came forward and told them about Stitz. According to court documents, he said he introduced Stitz to a cocaine supplier, and when Stitz told him he was planning to rob the supplier, the husband of the supplier hatched a plan to steal from Stitz. Police say the husband told them about a month before the murder, Stitz paid him $125,000 for a shipment of coke, which he and the supplier never delivered. According to charging documents, the husband told investigators about 2 weeks before the murder he got word that Stitz was looking for him, and that he believes his wife was killed because he stole money from Stitz. Police say surveillance video shows the victim pulling into this storage lot the morning of November 5th. She's followed through the gate by a truck police say Stitz was driving. Officers note for a whole 2 minutes, both vehicles engage in stopping, reversing, and turning around. A minute later, the victim falls to the ground. The suspect walks over to her, and a fight ensues. The victim gets up, but then falls down again, and the suspect takes off in his truck. Police pulled over a different vehicle registered to Stitz later that day, but Stitz wasn't in the car. Investigators say his phone began pinging in Detroit the next day, but 2 months later, he still hasn't been captured. Luke Jones, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
Oh, Lordy.
So today I finally announced.
Woman unalive by her husband's drug dealer. Lord have mercy. That is cold-blooded. Could you imagine not knowing?
And a woman shot and killed mid-morning.
Not knowing who you're with, and you think you just gonna go pick up some stuff at a storage unit, and your life gone in the blink of an eye. 33-year-old, what's her face? Sherry Dawson. All because of your husband's drug dealings. What a man says so. So they think that a married man is not going to tell them no? It's whoever fault who feels that way. Stop blaming parents for everything. Hey, well, it ain't always the parents, but I think upbringing got a whole lot to do with it on both sides. People offering and the people receiving. Yeah, imagine being this woman. I wonder if she knew that the husband was drug dealing. A lot of times they know. A lot of times they know. A lot of time it ain't no secret. They ain't hiding it. A lot of time, not all the time. I don't know this particular situation. She look young. But she goes to the storage unit and is attacked and unalived by her husband's drug dealings. Yay. So you better know who you with, and if they doing anything that you know is gonna put your life at risk, you better run. 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 You better run, 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 run. Run to the refuge. You better run. Do not tolerate situations that you know are unsafe, especially if you got folks dealing with big drug dealers. That sound like that's a huge drug deal, like $120K in drugs. Like, you know, they coming for your life, they coming for your family's life type stuff. Like, that's some Pablo Escobar stuff, dealing with that amount of money and drugs. And whoever that man is, he know he was fully responsible. Probably sent her to the storage unit. Ooh, Lord have mercy. You gotta know who you with. Make sure you know who you're dealing with, and don't play with the nonsense. Because people get unalive for stuff either they know or stuff they know and they tolerate and don't do nothing about it. Oh, it's okay. He's a drug dealer. It's okay. That's his problem. No, honey. Now you are, you're vulnerable. And you're, what is the word? I don't know. Help me out. You're a potential casualty, because if they can't get to him and they know who you are, where you are, you the next best thing. Oh, Lord. I used to mess with drug dealers when I was a teenager. Broke. It wasn't to this extent. Thank God I grew out of that. But yeah, it ain't cute. The money might be whatever, but is it worth your life? Is it worth your life? That money. I didn't say if they had no kids or nothing, but praying for the children. There's a lot of time you're supposed to be having kids, but we don't know. Well, hit the like button if you haven't done so yet. I'm going to go right into the next clip. I just wanted to show that because I thought that was cold-blooded. Somebody sent me that. But Dr. Umar, I'm not a huge fan of his, but this particular discussion, I really appreciated what he said. So I'm going to share half of it. I'm going to let him cook for the first 4 minutes, share my thoughts, and let him finish up, and then we'll talk about it. So hit the like button. Share, subscribe if you haven't done so yet. So let's get into this. Dr. Umar.
It's about, finding out those unmet needs of your partner. How do you find or inquire about those unmet needs? Just like talking to men, sometimes they get offended or they feel like attack mode. How do you find that out?
Direct conversation.
I just want to say shout out to Wholeheartedly Initiated. Tashawn married Ryan. He got him a cutie little chocolate. I love them. So God bless them. They coming up in the world. But okay, let's go.
The problem with us, Queen, is when we start dating one another, we're asking the superficial questions. How much money do you make? What kind of car you drive? How many children do you have? How many degrees did you earn? That stuff has very little to do with whether this relationship is going to survive or not. Did you grow up with your mother and your father? If not, why not? How close are you with your father now? Are your parents still married? How many siblings did you have? How did y'all get along? Have you ever lived with a man? How long did that relationship last? Have you ever been married? Those are the questions you need to ask. Indirect questions that help you see into that person's childhood. Because guess what, Queen? We always carry our childhood with us. Psychologically, we call it the inner child. Who you were from birth to age 12 continues to exist. That little you is in you right now. And anything that little you didn't get from mom or dad is going to try to get from the men that you date. And the only way you can get control over that little you is to become conscious of how it operates in your life. It's like an alcoholic. An alcoholic may always be an alcoholic, but if they can become conscious of their drinking behavior, they can control it. We have to get in touch with the little us, the inner child, so we can limit the influence it has in our life. Let me give you a quick example. You meet a young man in Atlanta. He's handsome. He's everything you want in a man. He got the body, he got the job, he got the car. But guess what? Psychologically, your intelligence as a black woman tells you he's not what you need. He is trouble. You know it. But guess what? That little girl in you who never got no attention in elementary school, or the one who was abandoned by her daddy, or the one who never dated a man this handsome, is whispering into your subconscious, you better get him. Don't you let him go. And the next thing you know, you spending 5 years with a man who you know you never should have been with. Why were you with him? Because your inner child had an unmet need and you didn't have enough discipline to overpower her desires. Control your inner child. Keeler number 1, understand this about men. I don't care what any man ever tells you. The longer you make us wait for the cookie, the more we will value you after we get it. Do you understand me? Time does matter. With that being said, I want you to understand this. With that being said, if a man respects women, it doesn't matter how soon y'all did it. And if a man does not respect women, it don't matter how long you made him wait. Make sure you know how he feels about women, and there's no better way to find that out than to ask him how he feels about his mother. And the last point, Queen, don't make the mistake of so many sisters who look for men who they have something in common with, right? We both psychologists. We both watch the reality show. We both like to read. We both like the beach. That's superficial. You should be looking for whether or not y'all share the same values. He like to spend money. You like to save money. You want to have a lot of children. He don't want none. You believe in a relationship with God. He don't believe in God. You believe in saving for retirement. He wants to live for today. Study a man's values and make sure you can live with what he believes in. And the last thing, I know I said 3, but I'm going to give you this. You can never change a person. When you meet that man, Queen, ask yourself this and be honest with yourself. Can I live with him as he is if he never changed for the rest of my life? Never get married because you think it's going to make the problems go away. Marriage will only highlight and intensify the problems that are already there.
He spit fire. I don't listen to him a whole lot. I don't agree with everything he say, but sometimes he hit the nail on the head. He ain't married now. He got some baby mamas. He ain't really the one to take marriage advice from, but I believe he's giving the gold nuggets that women must take into consideration when dealing with men, because there are different types of men. Just like he said, if a man respects a woman, it don't matter how long you make him wait, and it don't matter how quickly you give up the cookie. His respect for women will not change. But if he don't respect women, it don't matter how long you make him wait, and it don't matter how soon you give it up. He gonna be disrespectful. So I still wholeheartedly agree. Men and women we all should be holding ourselves for marriage. If you're not a virgin, fine. I'm not saying you re-virginize yourself, which I believe the Lord can. That might sound ridiculous to people. I don't care. But take a time of purity where you're just getting to know the Lord for yourself before getting into another relationship. If you catch the 30-day hot holy day 30-day challenge, I talk more about this, but everything he's saying is absolutely correct. Me and my husband were just talking about this. Me and my husband being together, we known each other 26 years. We done been through hell together, the fire. But what we agree on, what we have in common, was so little. We have so little in common, very little. The only things we really have in common is Jesus, and now we both black. Our entire upbringings are complete opposite. So the only thing that connects us and the only thing we have in common is Jesus and the fact that we're both black. Nothing else about our upbringing, about our personalities, do we have in common. When it comes to Jesus and the word and raising our children up in the Lord and knowing and having a personal relationship with the Lord, those things line up. And that's really, those are the most important things. Living a life that, living a life as a submissive wife, a husband submitted to the Lord as a leader. When you understand those biblical principles and y'all's biblical principles and values line up, you got a good chance of making it. Don't matter what else you do or don't have in common. But I'm gonna finish letting him cook, because he points out some things that I think more of us should be aware of, because he's speaking about who I was growing up for reals.
Get older, gentlemen. We have to evolve to be the elders, even if we're not yet an elder age, for our younger sisters. Because one thing that every black woman needs, and a lot of them don't have, every black woman needs a man who loves her unconditionally without wanting what's between her legs. And one of the biggest problems in the black community is we have a lot of black women who don't have a single man, not a grandfather, not a father, not an uncle, not a cousin, not a pastor who loves them unconditionally, intimately, without wanting what's between her legs. And the older we get, we have to start building those relationships with them young sisters, because without that, they're going to be at a disadvantage when it's time to start dating. They won't have nobody to ask those questions to. Or are they mature enough to be with you? Let me give you an example. I travel, right? I'm always traveling. So when I meet sisters, they got to know up front. Well, number one, I'm going to have 2 queens. That's number one. Number 2, you won't see me for weeks on end. When I go to Africa, I'm there 30 days straight.
Yeah.
Are you sure you can adjust to that lifestyle? Because the revolutionary lifestyle doesn't lend itself easily to marriage. Dr. King said it. Malcolm said it. Garvey said it. It's not an easy life to be married to a man who could lose his life any moment for what he stands for. But sisters are so attracted to the celebrity of Dr. Umar. They're not looking at the activists. They not even seeing. All they see is the YouTube and the Breakfast Club. No, I could lose all this. So if you coming to me for that, then this relationship is being built on quicksand. Can you go them days without me? And can I trust that when I'm not in America, somebody else ain't eating cookies out of my cookie bag? You see how that works?
Yeah.
Which takes me to another point. Emotionally damaged people are always sexually promiscuous. Let me say this again. If you are traumatized, if you are emotionally damaged, you are promiscuous. And do you want to know why?
Why is that?
Emotionally traumatized people require constant validation from others. You married to a woman who's been traumatized, abuse, abandonment, whatever. When you're not around her for too many days, she has to entertain another man, because her trauma dictates constant validation. And constant validation means I must have a man in my personal space. You ever date a woman who was crazy about you? She absolutely loved you, so you thought. It was really addiction.
Yeah.
When you finally let her go, when you finally got her to stop stalking you, she ended up with another man like that. You know that woman was crazy about me. Climbed in my window, came to my... You understand? She was... She was crazy about your presence in her life. And the minute you distance yourself from her life, she found a replacement without a problem. Emotionally damaged people are promiscuous because they cannot go without constant validation.
They need that.
Oof, that's so deep. Because I was that. By the grace of the Lord, he do amazing things. He do miraculous things. Everything he said, it's like, he talking about he got to have 2 queens, whatever. That's his whatever. But you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You want to take what's relevant and throw away what's irrelevant. But he makes such great points. And I think a lot of people, like he said, promiscuous people, not just promiscuous women, promiscuous people are always emotionally damaged and require approval from others. And I think whether men admit it or not, men struggle with this too. They just like to convince themselves, oh, it's okay for men, but women have to be pure. No, honey. If you're a child of God, if you're a child of the King, you don't need that kind of lifestyle either. That is not a lifestyle God has called any of us to live, male or female. And hit the like button. I see 5 of you in here at least. Hit the like button while you're watching, please and thanks. But I think a lot of people hate to admit that, it's like, oh, sexual revolution. Every man and women want to convince themselves it's a sexual revolution. I can sleep with who I want to. If like I said, if you ain't a follower of Jesus Christ, then I ain't talking to you. As simple as that. That don't apply. I'm talking to people who identify as followers of Jesus Christ. Know your identity. Know that your approval and your praise comes from the Lord, not from giving your body over to this person and that person. And another thing he pointed out, which I really appreciate, is that especially for women who don't have reliable male figures in their lives, that they tend to be, and we seen earlier, women would rather have a married man that gives them whatever they want rather than a man that tells them no. And I think all of that stuff correlates. I think that's all one and the same, right? Where women, little girls are taught young, whether through sexual molestation, whatever you want to call it, through abuse, that they can get whatever they want if they just give over their bodies. That their bodies are all they have to have in order to get what they want. Give me that, what's between your legs, and you can have this. And unfortunately, he's saying, a lot of these young girls don't got a brother, they don't got an uncle, they don't got a daddy, they don't got a whatever pastor, and unfortunately, so many of the ones that do have some kind of male figure in their life, whether a relative or a distant or family friend or whatever, is abusing them, using them for what's between their legs, or abusing the little boys, because these young boys are getting abused too. And I think all of that stuff plays a role in how people behave in relationships. Their childhood traumas, our childhood traumas, absolutely play a role in how we deal in relationships. And no, like what a man says, stop blaming the parents for everything. No, it may not all be the parents, but somebody or several people in these people's lives, in our lives as children, teach us the wrong principles. It comes from somewhere. It may not be the parents, but somebody done came into these folks' life and convinced them you can have whatever you want if you're willing to give over these things. And I think it's a discussion that a lot of people hate to admit, especially men. I think a lot of men hate to admit that they were sexually abused as children, whether by women or by men, and hate to admit that it has contributed to their promiscuous behavior as adults. Men have convinced themselves that their sexual promiscuity is their manlyhood. And if not abused as a child, peer pressure. I saw the YouTuber that talked about where he was a virgin all the way up to college, and because he was peer pressured into having sex in college, he lost his virginity and regretted it. Thankfully he's married now and lives a peaceful life and stuff, but nonetheless, there's so much peer pressure around sex and debauchery and it's really sad and frustrating because the people who want to be pure, they're not encouraged. They're not given the proper tools in how to maintain their purity with confidence, because everybody around them, you got even grown folks, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, encouraging sexual promiscuous behavior. Oh, you only got one nigga. You need more of them. I've seen videos of grandmas telling their grandkids, their granddaughters, you better not have one nigga. What in the world? What is going on? There's no grandma, there's no grandpa. Don't nobody got nobody they can look up to and say, you know what? Have someone else that they can look up to and that's going to encourage them in staying pure. It's going to encourage them in a life that prioritizes the Lord and with healthy dating habits. Oh Lord, help us, Lord, help us is all I really can say about that. So many sad things about that. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. It's just my thoughts about that. Let me know what you think. And I just like I said, I continue praying for us as a people, God's people. Help us, Lord, help us, because ooh, Jesus, we in trouble because we're lacking a lot of role models. So I pray to be a role model to young people. Even though I myself was not pure as a teenager, I encourage my children to be pure. As long as you know what I mean, like get married. Don't rush into sin. Rush into marriage. Please, for your own sake. Hit the like button. I'm gonna share this last clip because I thought it was so interesting, and I wanted to hear what y'all thought about it. What y'all you hear about it. Let me know what y'all think. It's hilarious. Let me know what y'all think. One man said, I could blame my parents for a whole lot of crap, but when you reach a certain point, you have to give your trauma to the Lord. Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. Give it to the Lord's. Yep. Hold on. All right, let me get this next clip shared. All right, let's watch this and then tell me what y'all think about what this woman is saying, the story that this woman tells. I'm going to just let her tell the whole story before I share my thoughts.
For about 12 years, and we have an 8-year-old son. My husband's pretty much the breadwinner. He has required me to work the whole time I'm married. So I haven't worked, and he hasn't imposed really any like wifely duties on me. Like I don't have to have dinner ready when he gets home from a long day of work or anything like that. I pretty much just do what I want, whether that's lay down all day or go to my son's in school now, so he's not with me all day. So I don't, really have any like wifely responsibilities. He just lets me pretty much rock. So anyway, I've been having an affair for like the last 8 to 9 months, I think. And my husband caught me. He pretty much walked in on us in the act, and he was pretty mad, but I was mad too because my husband had allowed me to have like this very comfortable, cushy life. He worked hard and he supported me and my son and, let me do whatever I wanted and let me live a soft life. And it was just embarrassing that he had caught me. And I didn't cheat because my husband had like done anything or he wasn't a good husband. He was a great husband. I was just kind of bored all day. So anyway, when my husband found out that I was having, I got mad and I made him leave our marital home, and I kept my son here. And I hired a divorce attorney because I wanted to file for divorce immediately now that my husband had caught me. And I won't allow him in the house. I won't allow him to come in here and get all his things. I won't allow him to see my son. I've already told my lawyer that I want full custody. Okay, I don't want Dad to have visitation at all. I want to keep the house. I want to keep the cars, and I want 100% of all of our marital property. Whether that's his bank accounts, his investment account, his retirement accounts. I want all of that because it just was embarrassing that he caught me cheating, and I now have to impose some of that embarrassment on him. My lawyer said that it's not realistic, but I think it is. And I don't know why she's telling me that, but yeah, I'm fighting for everything. And in addition to all that stuff, I also want spousal support because I haven't worked this whole time and I feel like I become accustomed to a certain lifestyle and my husband should still be responsible for paying for that. So yeah, and that's how dumb y'all be sounding when y'all call my office after y'all been cheated, talking about you want me to represent my husband have been.
She was smart for that. She was smart for that. I know that's right. And she was really smart for that. She said, "This is real. What I'm hearing really coming in my office." That's so crazy. My first question, all I could think was, "Oh, is that legal? That the person caught in infidelity gets legal? You know what I mean? You know, they can just hire a lawyer and get everything. I don't know if that's legal. I don't know if that's legal. I don't know if that's legal. I hope that one day that I become big enough to change some of the laws that if you get caught cheating, that you're not entitled to spousal support. If you're a wife and you get caught cheating, that you don't receive any spousal support. I hope and pray that I can change the laws that if a woman wants a divorce and she can't prove that he cheated, she can't prove he was abusive, and she can't prove that he didn't provide her all of her necessary needs or whatever. If she can't prove that he didn't serve her the best as a husband, she don't get no spousal support. That's I'm hoping and praying that I get to a point in my life where I can change that law in some of these states, because that is crazy. Women should, and if a woman does file for divorce and she can't prove that he wasn't, that he was abusive or emotionally abusive or abandonment or anything, that she don't get no spousal support, that she leave with what she came with. Lord, please let us change some of these laws, because that's crazy. And and I understand more and more why so many men are afraid to get married, because these women have an agenda, and it's scary. It's really scary. That is crazy. Yeah, it is. Um, so once you reach, yeah, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant, brother Waterman. It is. Trent, thanks for coming through tonight. But it is. It's sad and it's crazy. But she she's like, that's how crazy I sound when you come in my office. So she was a lawyer, giving scenario of what she's experienced as a lawyer. So I appreciate her perspective on that, because that can't be that can't be realistic. Like, that can't be legal for someone to get caught cheating and be able to take everything. That can't be legal. I know in some states, if infidelity is illegal, things like that in the Bible says infidelity is one of the, if not the most relevant reason to file for divorce. But how many people, Laterris Whitfield, his first marriage, he just got married, happy for him, congratulations for him and his new wife. But he even said in his first marriage he cheated, but he was the one who filed divorce. That puzzles me. You cheat, but you file for divorce. And it's like, let him go, bye, take your ass on, take it on. Because yeah, it's crazy that cheaters want to be the ones that end it, instead of just ending it in the first place. You would rather sneak behind somebody's back and cheat and then end it. Like, just leave anyway. If you're not happy, just leave anyway. Or you're not, if you're not feeling like, I don't know, it's that stuff is so much gray area, because you want to say, if you're not happy, leave. But 9 times out of 10, you're the problem. If you're not happy, whether single, whether married, if you're not happy, you're the problem. But unfortunately, people's unhappiness, other people suffer, because, I'm not happy, so I gotta break up the whole family because I'm not happy. And a lot of times children are involved. So all this stuff is so sad and frustrating. People need to, I'm hopefully, Lord bless, with the program that I'm putting together, this can be a prerequisite to marriage, where people don't get a marriage certificate, don't be allotted a marriage certificate until they complete this program. So they have evidence, certification that they are certified, ready for marriage. That's what I'm hoping and praying. There's so many things that I'm hoping and praying for with this mission the Lord has me on to change the laws that people legally cannot get legally married without being certified, ready for marriage. Taking the single to marriage map. That's what I'm calling it, single to marriage map, because they just handing out marriage certificates willy-nilly. And so divorce rates are high because it's so easy to get married. It should be much more difficult. Because the thing is, it's easy to get married, but it's difficult to get divorced. It costs a lot of money to get divorced. I remember I had a family member that had gotten married, and her and the supposed to be husband legally married because they couldn't get legally divorced because it cost $300. So they just left it as it is, like they were legally married until the day she died, legally married, because it costs so much to get divorced. It should be just as difficult to get married as it is to get divorced. No, not everybody should get no marriage license. It should be just like getting a driver's license, getting a college degree, where you got to complete courses, complete certifications, complete surveys and questionnaires and obstacles and tests and everything before you get a marriage license. Where you got to prove that you done been with that person for at least 6 months. Where you got to prove that you completed at least 6 months of courses. Where you got to prove, get approval from family members. Yes, I approve of this individual husband or wife for my child. It got to be a whole process. It needs to be much more precautions and regulations around getting married. It shouldn't be that easy to get married. If it were harder to get married, people would think a lot harder. And a lot less people would get married for stupid reasons. And a prenup should be mandatory. I don't care what nobody say. A prenup should be mandatory, and have all those regulations listed in the prenup. That if you cheat, you don't get, and you cheat and we get divorced, you don't get nothing. Right? As long as I'm faithful and I'm kind and I'm and I'm taking care of you, and I'm doing duties, husband duties, that if we get divorced, you not getting nothing. You leave it what you came with, and I leave it what I came with. All of those regulations should be listed in a prenup. A prenup should not be optional. It should be mandatory. It should be part of all the regulations that come with getting married. That's what I truly believe, and I hope and pray to be able to get to that point. Because it's way too easy for just anybody and everybody to get married, and I don't think that's right, because and really it's too easy to get divorced. She could just leave because she ain't happy. He could leave just because she don't dress the way he want her to dress. He could just get a divorce. No, it shouldn't be that easy. They should be required at least a year of premarital counseling and coaching, showing that they made an effort to make it work for at least a year before getting divorced. But hopefully, Lord willing, I get big enough to make those changes in some of these states for some people, because I can't. People have destroyed marriage and want to blame marriage when really it's you, boo. It's you. Marriage ain't the problem. It's you. You the problem. It ain't marriage. If your marriage failed, it ain't marriage. It's you. You the problem. You and the person you married are the problem, not marriage in and of itself. People make marriage look so bad, but it's not marriage is the problem. It's the people. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think. What a man said, great point. Thanks. Yes, y'all pray for me, and we work together and stand together to change these laws around marriage and divorce, because I just can't. I can't with these people and their fantasy and their ridiculous expectations, and blaming God and marriage for things that the people and the enemy have done to ruin family. But That's all I got for today. If you have any last thoughts before I go, please put them in the comments. Make sure you hit the like button if you like today's show. Thank you so much for watching. That was so fun. Praying for everybody to get to know the Lord personally for themselves. That is my prayer for everybody watching this show. Come to the Lord personally. Get to know him personally. He's so awesome. I got prayer. I got some testimony today. The homegirl that I did an interview with her, that she just got out of prison. She got a job. She's still in the halfway house, so we continue to pray for her. And the Lord is just showing up, showing out, answering prayer, doing amazing things for people. There's so much going on. My business is coming off the ground. The Lord's doing amazing things with that. So I thank the Lord for that, giving me wisdom and strength. So if you know anybody that is single, Christian singles, that wanting to prepare for marriage, that is seeing somebody but they're not really sure where it's going, send them my information. I'm happy to coach them through their dating to marriage journey. We all need a little bit of help. We all need some guidance, some encouragement of what God has called us to do. It's a blessing to have someone who is who loves the Lord, filled with the Spirit, to give you proper guidance. So it's invaluable. So I pray to be that for whoever's watching, for some of you. So email me at purpose at burningheartscoaching.com. Make sure let me put it up. Do I have it? No, I don't have it up here. But yeah, email me if you're looking for a coach. So happy to be there to support you through your dating marriage journey. Otherwise, that's it for today. Happy Tuesday. Dang, January is almost gone, y'all. It's almost over. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. We're almost through January. The Lord has been so awesome already this year, 2026. So glad to see y'all again this Tuesday evening. Catch me again this Friday, same time, same place, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be back at this. And don't forget to pray every day, all day. And keep flying with the Most High. And I love you. Deuces. Let me get my music on.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, not that one.